So to do intros, look how tiny and precious she is. So this is Ducky, as in rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Who are you trying to go, Duck? Oh, can you all even see her? Oh my.
Oh, there's gonna be some good screen grabs in that.
Oh, you want to get a picture?
I'm gonna do screen grabs from the video because
Okay.
there's a couple that are good.
Okay. 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 You're safe with me. Remember? I'm the nice lady from before.
The quiet one.
Oh, she's so small.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. Oh, are you still filming?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm getting footage of your child on homecoming.
Hi. Hi. You want to be my friend? I don't quite trust you. That close to the floor, though. Not yet, anyway. You're tiny.
Oh. Hey. Little ducky.
Oh.
She's like, no thanks.
Okay.
She's like, I'm fine. I'm fine if we're done with this.
Okay.
Yes, baby. Oh my god. Oh.
Are you giving me kisses?
Oh. That's cute.
This is Dorothy, as in Dorothy of Oz. And I really like The Wizard of Oz, in case you forgot.
Ooh.
But I'm mostly calling her Dot. For obvious reasons.
Can I reach? Oh, I have like giant hands. Oh, I know.
She's a gentle bean. Oh,
Yeah, she's
it's
a little
okay.
skittish.
They're very scared. They are from a rescue.
They've only been here a couple hours.
They don't really know how to deal with people yet. As you can see, she's just kind of scared.
Oh my god, she's in the pouch.
Oh my god. That's what I always wanted.
Huh.
Hi. Hi.
She's like, that's fine. She's like, we can stop now.
Ducky's definitely going to be the brave one, but I feel like Dot's going to be the sweet one.
Madam?
Alright, I'm going to hold you up to the camera real quick, okay? Oh, just real quick. Ready? And... Oh, no.
No, she's like, no
Stark
thanks.
refusal. They're very, very tiny. I don't know how old they are. Because the rescue doesn't know. They're from a sad situation.
Oh, look. Oh. Her ears?
Oh, God. I can't handle it, Cappie. I just can't handle it. Hi, baby. Dot.
Like her little hobbit feet.
You gonna climb up my glasses? Are you done? Okay.
15 seconds. First of all, look at Pilot. Look at her. Look at my baby. You're gorgeous and I love you. I would die for you.
Anyway, so I figured I'd go ahead and start because I already did a clip yesterday. I don't normally do Sundays, but whatever. I am in the middle of Gideon the Ninth, and I have mixed feelings. I really like Gideon. I think that the world, or I guess universe, since it is space, is super interesting. Those are the dogs barking. I don't know if you can hear that. They're done. I also think that it has a lot of potential, but it's very slow right now. It is so slow. Like, it's not a very big book. I think if I reread it again in like 6 months or a year, I'm going to like it a lot. Because right now I'd say it's like a 3.5 edging close to a 4, which is good. Like if it can get to a 4, that's very good. I just have very mixed feelings right now. Because, hi guys. I don't like Harrow. She's barely in it at this point. And like I like Gideon, but I don't know what's going on, and it's slow enough that I have to like force myself to pay attention or I'm going to zone out. But I think I'll enjoy it. I hope I do, because Cappie really loves it. And I think, I mean, we have similar enough tastes. I should enjoy it if she likes it. And I'm definitely invested. I just have mixed feelings right now because I don't like Harrow. And the part I'm in is just kind of, it's very political, which I don't mind, except that there's so many people that the political angle is hard to get invested in, I suppose, because there's a ton of characters, so I don't really, we're not to the part where we know who's good and who's bad, so it's just like politics that feel like it's going nowhere, even though you know it is. I don't know if that made sense, but I'll update you in a bit. I have finished Gideon the Ninth, 2 days to spare. I have 3 days to finish Frostburn, but I have mixed feelings on Gideon the Ninth because I found it pretty slow, and there was a lot of characters that got really muddled, even though I was trying very hard to pay attention. I think I've settled on giving it 4 stars, even though I do have mixed feelings. I think the next one might be a little bit better because I have a better idea of what's going to happen. It is Monday night. Did not update you yesterday. Did not update you this morning. Sometimes I'm bad at this. Gideon the Ninth is Necromancers in Space. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Necromancers in Space. That was interesting. Also, that also felt weird, though, because the space part felt completely arbitrary. Like, it didn't need to exist, really. At least in the first book. I imagine later it'll change. Cappie loves it. So I tried really hard to love it. I liked it. Hair stopped being annoying at some point. Gideon's fun. Those are my thoughts. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I came in here to play with my children. Do you see her? I came in here to play with my children and turn around and she's got a freaking pillow on her feet because she didn't want to get her blanket, which was over there, and I moved it over here and she's just like,
my toes were cold. I took care of the problem. And now they're warm. That's called solving the problem. I solved the problem.
I know it's gonna be like I have to go somewhere else. Yeah, now right.
oh gosh. Oh my god, hi!
She's like, are you filming this?
Hey, Duck.
Oh, it's already up there.
Oh.
I can't wait till I get supplements.
I love you. Anyway, so it's Tuesday. I started Frostburn. I have 3 days to finish it, which shouldn't be hard. It's like an 8-hour audiobook, maybe 9. And I listen on double speed, so it shouldn't be too hard. Frostburn is about... So Mercy is Black Friday shopping with her stepdaughter, and in the middle of that, while driving, the pack is kidnapped. That's what it's about. Anyway, I am halfway through Frostburn, roughly, and I'm loving it, obviously. It's one of my favorite books in the series. I'm not really sure why. I love it so much. I look forward to reading it during every reread. I'm just gonna get to read Frostburn again real soon. Maybe it's just the dynamics, because like everyone's there, and even a seal from Alpha and Omega shows up, and I love him. And then Mercy has to deal with stuff without Adam around, but she just does it. Like, it's not implied or anything that she needs him. In fact, sorry, I gotta fix this. In fact, it's just her, like, at no point does Mercy need Adam to help her. She just wants him to help her. And it gets a lot easier when he helps her. It's like, they're both strong apart, but better together, and I love that so much. Sorry, I'm petting babies. So I'm enjoying it quite a lot.
Hello, it's Tuesday. I'm updating very late into the week for a weekly vlog, but you know, stuff happens, so that's that. I've finished the Alpha and Omega series by Patricia Briggs. I finished Wild Sign last night. And I'm in an unfortunate position that I can't really talk about it because Sarah hasn't read it and I don't want to spoil it for her. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads because the parts that I liked, I really, really liked. But some choices were made that I don't know if I like. I'm just noticing a lot with the Patricia Briggs books that kind of every single time she needs something absolutely awful to happen, it's always rape. Not that anyone got raped in this book, like on page or anything. I think there was like technically some side characters that are like just in this book, so like not main characters or anything, but it just seems to be what she always falls back on as far as I've read. No offense, Sarah, don't get mad at me, but it's just a little frustrating because it just comes up so much. Like, a lot of the bad guys are rapists also, and it's just like, does it have to be that way with most of the bad guys? Like, I don't know if the author's like working through something or it's just a choice she's making. I just find it kind of off-putting that so many of the bad guys, at least in Alpha and Omega, because I haven't really read Mercy yet, just so many of the bad guys rape people. It just, again, like, sorry, but it seems like lazy writing. Like, you can't find another awful thing for your villain to do, or for them to be like, because like she's got some villains that I guess it's like, oh, that's what they do, but it's like you chose to make them like that. So like for it to like, oh, it makes sense that they're rapists. It's like, oh, it's only because she wrote it that way. She could have wrote it so the villain wasn't like that, like just a ton of authors do. Again, I think it's because it's easier than trying to come up with like another reason that they're awful. You make them a rapist and oh, there you go. You don't have to characterize them anymore. Just evil, unredeemable. There you go. Feels like cheating, whatever. I enjoy the Alpha and Omega series. I just don't like that. And there was some new context given to a regular character in this new one, where you find out some stuff that's happened and just some new things with more people involved. I have to be super vague so I don't ruin it for Sarah, but yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it because it's just more of me like rolling my eyes, just like, yep, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm really hoping that the bad guys in the Mercy Thompson, there's so many Mercy Thompson books, I'm really hoping that the bad guys aren't all rapists in that too, because like I'm enjoying these books, but it's just kind of exhausting that it's like in Fair Game, it was like a group of people who'd kidnap, I think, Fae girls and rape them and torture them. There was another bad guy who kidnapped kids. It was a fairy tale thing, and it was heavily implied that he was spending years raping them. Obviously, the lead character, Anna, was raped and tortured for years. She would get passed around by the werewolves in her former pack. And it's just exhausting at some point. That's just always what it is. It's never anything else. Can you come up with more creative bad guys or no? Anyway, yeah, moving on. I did enjoy that book though. I've started the first Mercy Thompson, Moon Called. I should have grabbed it so I could hold it up while I'm talking, but it's all the way over there on the other side of my room and I'm tired. It's very late. It's been a long day. But yeah, I started Moon Called. The plot is a coyote shifter named Mercy, works as a mechanic in the Tri-City area, I think Chicago, is that Chicago? And a young werewolf boy shows up at her garage and is in need of help, and he is attacked, and she's trying to figure out what happened, and that's all I know so far. I didn't actually read the synopsis. It's weird. I've been hearing about these books for a decade from Sarah because they're just her very favorite and she rereads them all the time, and I still don't really know what happens. All I know is I think every Mercy book, like the Alpha and Omega, is just a different thing they're dealing with, which is my favorite. It's like my favorite thing with long series is. Another series I liked that did that, I liked when I was a teenager, the Soul Screamer series by Rachel Vincent. It was about a banshee, and it was the first time I'd read a series that was episodic like that, which feels pretty rare for young adult. It definitely feels like an adult urban fantasy kind of thing, because those books can go on for like 10 or 15 books, but like a young adult series, at least nowadays, it's a lot of duologies and trilogies. When I was a teenager, about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when I was reading these Rachel Vincent ones, it seemed kind of new to do episodic, and I loved those Soul Screamers books, and I'm really hoping I love these Mercy ones. I know it sounds like I'm not enjoying them because I'm complaining, but I really love Alpha and Omega, despite the constant sexual assault. I really love it. I haven't read much else. I'm going to try and go through the Mercy Thompson books all in a row. Same with what I did with Alpha and Omega. I'm trying to finish a Tessa Dare book that I'm actually not enjoying at all. I'm really bored by it. I think it's A Lady by Midnight or something. It's Spindle Cove. I think it's like the last book in Spindle Cove. And I've just tapped myself out on Tessa Dare. I tried reading A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tara Muffy. I wasn't enjoying it, so I just DNF'd it. I might go back to it later. It's very short. Part of the reason I DNF'd it is because I'm going to have like a lot of these Mercy books I'm going to have to read quickly, and I don't want other stuff necessarily popping in between. I do have her other book checked out. I have to read the Final Trials of Apollo book, the last in the Rick Riordan Greek mythology universe. That's in my library. I'm very devastated that he's finished with it. I've been reading those since I was 16. And he says that he's done with it, and I'm really upset. Especially, like, it seems weird because the Percy Jackson books are about to become a show on Disney Plus here in a year or two. Part of me is wondering if he's going to pick it up again when that happens, because a lot of authors do that when their stuff gets adapted and their series is over. They just keep writing them. But at this point in the world, I think Percy's like 19 or 20, which, like, these are middle grade books, so you can't actually, oh my god, you can't do 20-year-olds in middle grade. But if Rick Riordan decided to do like new adult Percy Jackson, oh, I would lose my mind. I would weep for weeks just in pure glee. He has a new series coming out. I'm not too interested. I'm just like a real big fan of mythology. I didn't like his Norse mythology books very much, mostly because I kind of didn't like one of the characters, and I disliked them so much that it soured me of the whole thing. It's Alex, if you know. The Loki kid, gender fluid, just very mean to Magnus all the time, and it was really off-putting. Like, they tried to play it off as charming, but they were just mean, and I didn't like it. And I haven't read the Egyptian ones yet. I have them all. I have every Rick Riordan young adult middle grade book right now. Right, so my goal for this week is to get the first Mercy book, Moon Called, read. I'm hoping I can get books 2 and 3 from the library and read those too. I don't know how many I'll get read, but I will keep you updated. I didn't read much tonight. I think I'm a third, maybe halfway through Moon Called. I'm liking it okay. I didn't like the first Alpha and Omega book very much. I started liking it with book 2. So I'm hoping the same thing's going to happen with the Mercy Thompson books. I'm hoping that even though the first book is incredibly exposition-y, and Mercy has like this real problem right now that I'm picking up, where she's got like I'm not like other girls vibes, and I hate that. She's like, I'm a girl and I'm a mechanic. That doesn't happen. It's like, no, it does. I guess not in 2005. She owns her own garage, but she's still just like, there's not a whole lot of girl mechanics. I'm special. Okay, Mercy. Sarah's gonna kill me. Oh my god. She has a rat named after Mercy because she loves her so much. And there I am, trashing her. It's only because she's annoying me. I'm sure she's gonna get better as the books go on. And also, I heard Sarah she didn't love Gideon the Ninth as much as she should have. I heard her recording her clip. I was offended. I heard her say something to the effect of, Cappie loves these books. And that's right, I do. It's because they're wonderful. So go read Gideon the Ninth, read Alpha and Omega, and I'll get back to you on if I think you should read Mercy or if you should skip it. And if I do think you should skip it, I will say that despite Sarah loving these. Will our friendship end? Maybe. We'll see.
Look at her. Isn't she the most perfect little baby ever? Look at her. Just look at her. Over here, I got more perfect little baby angels. Hi. Hi, my loves. Oh my god, humdrum. Look at you. Anyway, I have finished Frostburn. Over here, we got Willow. I finished Frostburn and Mercy. I finished her namesake. Yeah. It's still one of my favorites. It's obviously gonna be 5 stars. I think, Did I scare you? I think this book is one of the first ones that I read new. And it's like when I had really gotten into the series and really loved it, and that might be part of the reason why I like it so much. But another reason is just that it's deep enough in the series that Mercy's starting to really feel the effects of all the shit she's been through, and also deep enough, but like early enough in that like we haven't gotten to the really dark shit. The really hard to fight shit, I should say. Hi, baby. And like this whole book is just about how she and Adam work well together, and I really like that. And I like that dynamics, and almost all the characters we love are in it. So much sniffing. So much sniffing. And then we got these little babies here. Oh, look at that. Look at your cheesies. And Heidi up here. Hi. Heidi ho. So next I'll be starting Hang the Moon, which is the sequel to Written in the Stars, which is a book I really, really enjoyed. Hi. I'm hoping that this one will be as good as the first one was. By Alexandra Bellafleur. Yeah. Alright, enjoy my children. Look at her. You're perfect. You're perfect. Alright.
Of course. My beautiful child having a Cheeto.
Yeah.
Wookie, what did you think of the new episode of What If where Wanda was a zombie? Did you like it? She's not answering me.
She's very absorbed in her Cheeto.
I feel ya.
I assume you want this
Did you
video.
hear? Yeah. Did you hear Wicket?
Yeah. So I am still in the middle of Hang the Moon. I think I'm on part 3. I'm not liking it as much as Written in the Stars, but I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. It has the same kind of humor, the same kind of energy. I'm enjoying it. It's just, it's not gay, so I'm less invested, I think, which is fine. But, oh. Hi, Say. Hi, baby. What you doing? She's been a little twitchy lately, and I don't know why. Poor girl. Maybe because she's lonely. You just gotta make it through one more week, and then we're doing intros. We won't be alone anymore. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. And I am only on part 3 or 4 of 11. I just switched over to part 4. And hopefully I'll continue to enjoy it because I've been having a pretty good streak lately of books that I'm enjoying, which is new for me. Is it scary? It's scary, isn't it? Yeah, stay with me. She's in there. Dorothy. Oh, hi.
Do you want to give the kids at home an update?
On the babies specifically?
Sure, yeah.
They're doing fantastic. They're a little scared right now because this is new.
Pretty social for fresh babies.
Yeah.
Look at her little foot.
Your sister's over there? Nope. Nope.
That's okay.
Oh. Pause on desk. They like food.
Same.
They're doing like a lot. Ooh. Sudden noises still scare them, but they're doing so much better than I thought they'd be doing. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to be here for too long.
Well, yeah, we've been talking to them, play with them, getting them all used to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it's working out. They're so little, though.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure at this point they look about 5 weeks. They've grown a bit.
What did they say at the rescue?
They were supposed to be 5 weeks when I got them, but I think they were 4 weeks.
I mean, I haven't seen a ton of very, very little babies, but like...
Yeah, they look 4 weeks to me. There's a chance that they were malnourished and they were small because of that. But I think based on their fur, that they were 4 weeks because they still have their baby fur.
Yeah. I mean, that they feel like Wicket and Wookie when like I brought them home and I think they were they 5 weeks?
Yeah, technically you're not supposed to separate them till like earliest is 6 weeks. But in America the standards are different, so it's like not much I can do about that. If the rescue sends them home at 5 weeks, they send them home at 5 weeks.
I mean, yeah, we weren't about to leave them for another couple weeks.
And
that would have killed me.
One of the moms already died, and it was the Goody mom. So it was very possibly their mother. So
I guess we're not sure if they're biological sisters, huh?
I think they are. Just because there weren't very many Dumbos. There's only 3 Dumbos that I saw in the whole group.
Yeah.
But they look about the same size, so which makes me think they're from the same litters.
Mm-hmm.
But like 3 litters could have all been born like back to back. I don't know. They're from a hoarding situation. Who knows what happens there? I'm watching you.
Mm. They're so sly.
Yeah. Like Dot looks a little bit bigger than her, but keep in mind rats aren't a uniform size.
Look at her back there. Oh, she's so beautiful. These babies are some of the cutest baby rats I think I've ever seen. Honestly, I've seen so many cute baby rats. They're all cute, but
Dot
like these
is
ones,
devastating.
These ones wreck me.
She got in the carrier.
Want to film a little bit?
Yeah.
I know you can't really take your focus off for too much.
I also don't want to startle them. But here's Dot.
That's her butt.
Yes, that's her butt. Here's her tail.
Tail.
Fish. No fish.
Butt.
And then, oh, there's Duck. No? Okay.
Should we talk about Michael Keaton?
Did we see a rat play before, guys? Oh no.
Oh, Ducky.
She's getting me.
Ducky's coming up. Little duck.
You want to show
If you had a rat named Duck and a rat named Goose, though, honestly, that would be cute. I think I like.
Okay.
There's like some animals are named after other animals.
I'm not hurting her, by the way, guys.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is just how rats play.
It's very intense.
They like to wrestle. You scritch their butt and they whip around and try and bite you. Like if I can get her really going. Oh. Yeah, now she's running around in there, flopping about. This is just how they play.
We should try. Maybe we should try and get footage of like Wookie doing it sometime.
Oh yeah.
Because Wookie goes hard. Like
Yeah.
Wicket doesn't really, but Wookie absolutely.
Riff-Raff does sometimes.
Well. Here we are again.
Lumberjack's that way.
Want to tell them what happened, Dax? You can't, because you're a cat. Dax, shut my door. Because she likes to play a game where she pushes it closed, and before it could close, she runs out like Indiana Jones, and it closes behind her. But she failed today. She couldn't get out in time, so now she's locked in, and she's expecting me to let her go. But I'm not getting out. Not for you.
I don't know. It's deforestation to study/relax to.
Not for you. Just want to share this amazing shot of Ducky up here, asleep in her little hammock. And then I go over here, and my stunning perfect Wookie is asleep in her space pod. And then Wicket is basking in the fact that she just knocked over all of the food in her bowl. So, thank you, Wicket, for your contribution.
I am almost done with Hang the Moon, and I thought I knew what the end of book conflict that almost keeps them from being together is, but I was wrong. What I thought would be the end of book conflict, I was actually okay with, because it would also annoy me as a person. Basically, this book follows Darcy, who's one of the main characters from the last book, her brother, and her best friend, who are falling in love. And for some reason, it doesn't really explain why, but I guess it doesn't need to. But for some reason, I think her name's Annie. It sounds like Amy sometimes, so like, the one thing with audiobooks, you can't see the names, so sometimes it's confusing. She doesn't like relationships. She feels as if, you know, everyone's just in it for themselves, and eventually they'll fuck her over just to make their lives easier, basically, to get what they want. And obviously Brendan, he has a dating app that he created, and he's a hopeless romantic. And so what I thought was going to be the conflict is when she first showed up, she started spouting that kind of stuff that, you know, romance is dead, true love doesn't exist, all that bullshit. Brendan was just like, to his friend, oh, I will prove her wrong. I will seduce her and show her that romance is a thing. And obviously he falls in love with her. And I thought that was going to be issues. She was going to find that out. And that was going to bother her. Which was reasonable. That would bother me too. It's just like, oh, so you started pursuing me to prove a point. Great. Awesome. Nothing to do with me. Everything to do with you. Love it. That's not what's happening. Instead, she finds out he had a date with some random woman the day that she came to town, and he canceled it so that he could go see her. And her issue is just like, oh, so like it's happening so fast. And then like that woman calls him basically and says that, and he like says, oh, I'm actually seeing someone, I can't go out with you, and it's fine because it was going to be their first date. Oh, they never even met. But her issue is just like, oh, it's happening so fast, it's happening too fast, and she's panicking. And like, are you fucking kidding me? That's the issue? Seriously? Like, you don't, okay. She wants to move to London for her job, except she doesn't really want to move to London for her job. And her best friend who lives in Seattle has been trying to get her to move to Seattle instead because she doesn't want to lose her. And it's just like, why are you so wrapped up in this thought process that you'd be moving to Seattle for a man when your best friend lives in Seattle? Does she mean nothing to you? Genuinely, does she mean nothing? This is why romances are so hard for me. When there's no plot and everything's personal, it's just so easy to make something stupid. Okay, genuinely. He's just like, I'm so annoyed. I'm so deeply annoyed by this. But basically, she spent this entire book talking about how lonely she's been in, I think, was it Philadelphia? And she travels a lot, so she doesn't have very many friends. The ones she did have, she only saw once a week, and they were just like, oh, whatever, go to London. It doesn't even matter to us, basically. Congratulations. And how she just has been so lonely, and she wants someone to say that they want her around. And then her best friend and Al were both just like, you should just move to Seattle. Don't move across the world. Like, move to Seattle. We want you here. We love you. And she's just like, oh, it means the world to me. And then the second anything happens with Brendan, she's just immediately, I can't move here for a guy. I can't move here on a whim. And it's just like, you have a best friend. She wants you there. Why are you like this? It's so stupid. There's more to this character than the man. Also, it's fine if you move for a man if, like, you're trying to make it work. Like, she doesn't like her job. She's not a career woman. She's just doing it because she thinks she has to. That's why she's moving to London. She's willing to leave the job, but not for her best friends. Nope. Not gonna do that. So I finished Hang the Moon. It's getting 3 stars. It was gonna get 4 stars, but the ending just annoyed me that much. I just hate that kind of ending where it's just like, okay, well, it's time to have the contrived fight so that I have a climax to this story. Yeah. 3 stars. Anyway, I'll be starting The Turn by Kim Harrison next, I believe. The Turn is a prequel to The Hollows that I've never actually read. It was during her more bitter times. I hate saying that, but she did come off very bitter. So hopefully I'll enjoy it. We'll find out together. Look at my babies. am literally 14 minutes into this book, and I don't predict good things. Okay, so the turn is about transparence, and it's about the turn, like when supernatural creatures came out to humanity because humanity was dying because of genetic manipulation of tomatoes. I know, it sounds funny, but I also have new babies out. What you doing, Riffy? Riff? Riffy? But basically, it's just like, okay, so Trent's mom and dad, at least I assume this is his mom, are immediately hostile with each other in a way that's just not fun yet. Like, Trent and Rachel are hostile with each other, and it floats between, like, that's true enemies to lovers. Not like the hate to love everyone says is enemies to lovers. Like, okay, if someone at your job pisses you off, that doesn't make them an enemy. Do you know what enemy means, people? I digress. But anyway, they're hostile with each other in a way that's not quite fun to read because he's smug. I hate smug. And she comes off superior. I hate that too. And I paused the audiobook because he's just like, everyone knows women can't drive. And I get it's the 60s right now where we are in the book, but really? Really? That's how you're gonna make us not like him at the moment? Women can't drive. Okay. Anyway. So she just said that elves aren't known to celebrate birthdays because of how rarely the children survive. And it's just like, what? Wouldn't they be more likely to celebrate birthdays? Because it's like, oh hey, you're still alive, child. That's more worth celebrating than like thinking of, oh, I don't know. I feel like that's just not how people would react. It's kind of the same with tomatoes. It's like people would still eat tomatoes because people are stupid and stubborn.
Because it's got everything you need there. If you want key issues, so you like me, or like Harley Quinn, they type it into the app and it's gonna give you all of her key issues. It's like the most stupid going out and like hunting books and stuff in my personal collection. I use it like if I need to know the first appearance or a key issue or whatever character I'm gonna talk about that episode. I'm like, and it just gives it to me. So it's a great app.
Looking at number 7 on the list, we have Batman and Robin Adventures number 8. One of those issues that you have to know by cover, and you're going to want to when you find out that this isn't a dollar bin issue. Goes for $35 average sale with a high sale at 9.8.
I got things to say. This is probably going to be my last clip for this vlog. I'm still in the middle of the turn. I'm only 3 parts of 17 in. I'm not very deep at all, but I have opinions. Starting with the fact that there's just no fun in this book. Like, there's just nothing good happening. But also, it's, I think, about transparence, and they're the ones who start the turn. Are you kidding me? In case you don't know, in the Hollows, all the non-human creatures are out to the humans because of a pandemic that happened due to a genetically altered tomato, and it sounds like Trent's mom's the one who made the tomato. It sounds like his dad might be the one who releases the tomato. Are you kidding me? And then Al's in it, and it's just like, this is why prequels suck. Is you get so bogged down with everything you did in the original series or whatever that you just keep throwing that shit in there. Just like, it's not a sprinkling of flavor, it is bogging it down. It's not fun. So, we'll see if I even finish the turn.
So it's Friday night and I'm barely updated this week, which is great and responsible of me. I've been reading the Mercy Thompson series. I started it. I read Moon Called and I finished it. I was kind of lukewarm on it. Now I'm on to Bloodbound and I was just put off by something. Just that what I'm noticing with Patricia Briggs and just how much she like falls back on sexual assault stuff. Like there was just a line where there was a 10-year-old girl who was turned into a werewolf, and they said if she didn't have a pack, she had to be locked up and stuff. And they said, oh, girls don't do well in packs, I get, because they're horribly abused by all the, this just always happens, I guess. Like, just most packs have rapist men in them, which I don't really know why they're insinuating that, like, most male werewolves, when they're unmated, are rapists. That's a weird thing to have. And what put me off is, yeah, they said that girls don't have a great time in packs because typically, like, because when you're unmated. You belong to the alpha, and they'll just use you for sex. And they said, even though she's 10, that didn't necessarily mean she'd get out of it. And then Mercy's like, yeah, and some alphas would have even enjoyed it. And she's 10. What? I just don't know the purpose of writing her werewolves like this, because she could have just not done it. Because I don't like the excuse of like, oh, that's just how all the werewolves are. But that's a choice she made. She chose to write her werewolves rapey. And I don't really know why that was necessary. There's just so much in all of it. It's like really, really off-putting. And I know I'm like sensitive to it. But it's just weird that every turn there's some new awful rape thing. And I just don't understand why, when you're writing 2 series where most of your protagonists are werewolves, you say explicitly that literally most male werewolves are rapists. Because that's what it is. That's what happened to Anna in Alpha and Omega. Is the alpha had his pack rape her and hunt her in the woods. And that's just a thing they did, and it's not abnormal. And it's not apparently abnormal for an alpha werewolf to rape a 10-year-old werewolf in his pack. What's the purpose of writing them like that? Don't you want people to like the werewolves? Do you want us to hate them? Because why would you do that? And there's another character in it that they think might, well, Mercy thought in the first book that he might have been raping a bunch of women in England, and then he came to America to get the heat off him. And she was having conversations with him. And if you think even there's a small chance that he raped a bunch of people, how are you civilly talking to them? You know what I mean? If I was near a person who I thought there was a 5% chance they had raped even a single person, I would not be able to talk to them. I probably wouldn't even be able to be in the same room with them. All the characters are weirdly chill about rape. If I was part of a species like werewolves where it's just common for them to group together, I mean, obviously that happens sometimes with people, but like, this is, you know what I mean, right? I assume you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm harping on it, but it's just really bothering me because there's just so much. Genuinely, what would drive you to make your werewolves just naturally horrible rapists? That's your choice. Don't be like, oh, that's just how they are. They're that way because Patricia Briggs made the choice to make them that way. She could have not done that. She could have done other things. It's fine if they're territorial. It's fine if they're jealous. It's even fine if they're like kind of aggressive. But like, do they need to go the step further to like it's just so common that they rape people? Like, it didn't put me off too much. That's like more like if you're a woman getting turned, you're not nearly as likely to survive because you're just not as strong as a man. Whatever. Oh my God. Do we ever in this series chill on the rape ever? Like, does Patricia Briggs have any books at all that like the word rape doesn't come up? I'm just curious. I don't want Sarah to hate me for criticizing her favorite series. I am enjoying it. Again, I'm just put off because there's so much unnecessary stuff. I don't get it. Anyway, believe it or not, I don't have the one I'm reading with me, but I do have another one. I'll hold this up because the cover is pretty. But I'm enjoying these. So I'll stop harping on it because I don't want to, again, I really don't want to upset Sarah by making her think I don't like these or that I think she's wrong for liking them, because I don't. I absolutely, of course, get why people love them. I just think the rape stuff's weird. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so I just started The Heart Principle by Helen Huang, and I am 40% in. I think I'm nearly at part 2. I am enjoying it so far. But also it is my least favorite of her what trilogy is it called? I don't know but it's my least favorite so far. Not to say that makes it bad. It's very good. It's definitely elevated in terms of like romance. Like, it's so up there, but the other ones were way more fun. Not that I have a problem with this one being a little more sad or intense. I'm fine with that. I like the funny stuff. But she puts a lot of sad stuff actually in her romances, which I typically really love. Like, I love Beach Read by Emily Henry because of that. So yeah, I'm 40% into this. I'm hoping I can finish it in the next couple days. I don't know if that will be in this week's vlog or next week's, but it will be in a vlog. I'm also trying to finish up A Lady by Midnight. I think that's what it's called, by Tessa Dare. It is the 4th, I believe, book in the Spindle Cove series. and it's my least favorite Testadero so far, and it could be because I stopped for like a month and then picked it up again. It's just boring me. Like, I don't find anything especially interesting about Thorn. He's very like every other man. They're either rakes or they're very cold, and he's cold, and I think I'd like it more if I hadn't just pounded so many Testaderos, and then Kate is just a little bland. It's not bad, I'm just bored. But I just got White Smoke by, I believe, Tiffany Jackson. I just got that at the library. I am so excited to read it. All I know about it is that it's like a cross between Get Out and The Haunting of Hill House, which sounds amazing. The cover is gorgeous, but it is a gorgeous cover. If I had it, I would show you. I might get it depending on if I like it. And then for next week, I'm planning on reading some Star Wars books. I've never seen the movies or anything. I don't really know much about Star Wars, but I thought I'd try with these books because for some reason, I have like a whole shelf of Star Wars books. So I thought I'd try them. I'm gonna try and read Leia. I think Leia, Princess of Alderaan by Claudia Gray. Also Lost Stars by Claudia Gray and Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray. I have those at the library, and I have Light of the Jedi by Charles Schul, which I'm hoping to get to because the second book just came out and the third one I believe is coming out soon. I don't really know anything about the High Republic. I'm not super interested, but the books are new and I miss Star Wars. Like, haha, I make millions of jokes, but I haven't seen Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. Obviously, you can see the poster, and I have a whole Star Wars shelf over there. And I haven't really been enjoying Star Wars content lately. I haven't engaged in much of it since The Rise of Skywalker came out because I hate that movie. And I know that there's like Star Wars wars among the fans, and I don't want to necessarily get into it. If you like Rise of Skywalker, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. I just didn't. And I disliked it so much that it put me off of a lot of Star Wars. So, I mean, honestly, as much as I enjoyed The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, the whole trilogy had like a lot of flaws, and you can really tell it wasn't planned, and it's kind of frustrating to watch back when you see stuff set up in the movies that doesn't carry out. And like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, The Last Jedi is perfect, because it's definitely not, but I did like that movie, and I know there's a specific war between people who love The Last Jedi and love Rise of Skywalker, and they like hate each other, and I don't want to get into it. So if you have opinions and you want to be nice about it, you can say something in the comments and I'll probably respond. Do you love the big ball of light up there? That's definitely not great, but I don't have another option of where to put my phone, because I could put it on this other one over there, but it would still show the light, and the only options are me holding it so it's shaky, or I sit in front of my bed. But anyway, I did read more. I read Harley Quinn, Black, White, Red, by various artists, or I guess various authors. I'm back on my Batman kick, which never really goes away for very long, because I'm very into Batman, like in a weird, sad, pathetic way. I found out about this, and I made Sarah go to Barnes & Noble with me the next day so I could spend $20 on this in the store, which, like, I don't have a lot of money, so know that was a big deal. The art in it is gorgeous. Let me see if I can find. I got this because there's a story in it that's like a sequel to Harleen, which is one of my favorite comics ever, by, let's see if I can pronounce his name. Also, the book is like a little bit damaged, which bothered me. Oh god, I cannot pronounce his name, but I'm going to hold this up to the camera. This man right here wrote one of my favorite comics of all time. I'm so sorry I can't pronounce his name. He's wonderful. His illustrations are the most stunning comic book art I've ever seen in my entire life. But yeah, so I read this. I loved it. There were some hit and miss stories. Some of them I skipped halfway through because I wasn't enjoying it. Others I loved. Like, one of the last stories in here is Harley telling the story of Hanukkah because she's Jewish. So naturally, like, I loved that. I was so excited. So yeah, I read this, and then I bought some Deadpool comics, which are coming. I'm trying to find some new comics to get, and it's actually very difficult because everything I want is impossible to get a physical copy of. So I might have to do digital, which I'm not a fan of because I just love these. I love having like the paper art in my hands. I should do my Halloween haul. Okay, okay. We went to Spirit Halloween, and I went to great efforts to get some Haunted Mansion merch. It was like a whole thing. They were sold out of what I wanted. They were sold out of most of it, and they just weren't getting in because I guess we're just chinsing Halloween this year. But I got Oh my God. I got this, which is my pride and joy. If you know what this is hung outside of the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. This is just a little model of it. It's stunning, and I got a gorgeous blanket that is currently lying on my bed, and the pattern is the wallpaper of the Haunted Mansion. But it's really nice, and it was too expensive. I've been spending too much money lately, and I'm going to stop now because I got my Patricia Briggs books. I got my Spirit Halloween stuff that I wanted because I wanted this plaque, and I made myself a promise that I was going to get it and then stop spending money. So I'm going to, as of now, even though I want to read those Life is Strange comic books. I don't know if you know what that game is, but if you do, it's basically a walking simulator, and people are either obsessed with it or think it's trash, and I feel both ways about it. It's like the only game I can think of where I don't like the characters, I don't like the gameplay, I don't really like the plot, I don't love how it looks, but I really like the game. And I can't explain why I feel that way, and I will never be able to explain why I feel that way. And I don't think I need to, but I do, and I'm going to buy the comics and see how that goes. Oh my God. Oh. Can I? Oh, look at that. Look at Ducky. Ducky, you were a real problem for me. Trying to escape, and you fell all the way to the bottom of the cage, and you didn't even react. Like a champ, honestly. Hi. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hey, baby. Oh, I hate that zoom up on my face. Baby. Hi. Yeah, okay. Oh, the baby wants my attention. I took her out of her cage along with her sister for like a good 10 minutes where they crawled around on me and they tried to escape a million times. So I don't feel guilty not taking you out again. Oh, thank you for the kisses. So many kisses. You never gave me kisses before. She's giving me kisses, which is code for she's just licking me. That's, I guess, right. Kisses are licking. I'm trying to find more Batman books, Batman comics to read. So yeah, that's been my mission this week. I haven't really read a lot, which is why I haven't done a ton of updates. It's because I've just been reading Mercy, and I read this Harley, and I haven't been doing much. I was honestly really stressed at the beginning of the week. Sarah probably mentioned one of her rats was pretty sick, and we weren't sure she was going to do well, and I was kind of I was very upset, but so far she's doing great. So yeah, and then we had the babies, and it's just been a little stressful, but I'm going to read more next week. I have a couple things that I read this week, which I will talk about in my wrap-up that I didn't mention because I read them so quickly. Just a couple more comic books. And I'm going to read a couple more things. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another update this week or save it for the new vlog, but yeah, I had a busy week, so I didn't read much. I hope Sarah was entertaining and read things. You know what? I wish that I had, instead of all this comic book drama, because it's very hard getting comics if you read them. You probably know how hard it is to get physical copies of some things and even to find where to start. So I wish desperately it was easier. I wish there were more good novels with comic book characters. Because, like, I have all these Star Wars books over here. Like, hold on, let me show you my Star Wars. So this is, like, part of my Star Wars. I realize I have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood here on my Star Wars shelf. And if you know, you know. But yeah, so I have this, and then I have these Star Wars books. I wish that the way Star Wars books are produced, I wish that they also did like Marvel and DC ones. And I do realize they have Marvel and DC books, but they're geared towards a more young audience. I feel like Star Wars has the middle grade books, the little kids books, the young adult books, and they have adult ones. And I appreciate that. Where Marvel, it seems like they only kind of cater to the young adult and the middle grade right now. I don't exactly know why, because I think Marvel and DC could do pretty well to try and do like more adult ones. And when I say adult, I don't mean cursing and overly violent, just a plot better for adults. You know what I mean? Like The Killing Joke is not something I'd want necessarily my 12-year-old reading. So just stuff like that, except not as sexist, you know what I mean? But alas, we don't have that yet. As far as I know, I would love it if we did. Oh god, what a dream. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna just random footage of Ducky. Is she gonna let me film her? Is she gonna get startled? Dorothy will not be ignored. Bonus rat footage. Oh, hello. Hello, friend. Hello, little darling. Oh, my babies are right over there, and I'm not even giving them attention. Oh, at least they're not watching me. Oh. Oh. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see you are so beautiful to me? Thank you for the kisses. I feel so bad that you're not in your mom's room with your mama. She would love this. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. You have mouth on the bars. What are you doing? You want out. Guess what? I don't have the authority to let you out. Oh, look. Oh, I got you. I got you. Oh, I got your little belly. And I got your little belly. There's 2 bellies down, no bellies to go. I sound like a crazy person. Okay. So I started watching the Harley Quinn animated series on HBO Max because my friend told me I should watch it. I have a little bit of complicated feelings towards it. Can you see my beautiful Haunted Mansion blanket, by the way? It's gorgeous. All right. The thing with the show, it's rated MA on HBO Max, and that's not necessarily my problem with it. I don't think that comic book themed things should be tailored towards children or anything all the time, but it's clear that they're trying really, really hard to justify their MA rating when I don't think they should bother. There's so much cursing. There's occasional sexual things. It's not as prominent as the cursing. I'm not a person who has a problem with cursing, but in the first 2 minutes of the show, literally Harley said the F word, which I'll censor myself. Sarah says she's trying not to curse on this because she doesn't want to get demonetized if we ever eventually get demonetized. So yeah, she said the F word maybe 7 or 8 times in the first couple minutes. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just Harley that does that, and she does curse the most, but other characters also curse a lot. So there's just a ton of cursing. And I guess like it feels out of character just because I guess I'm used to them not cursing because they're in comics and they're censored. But part of the problem is just like it feels so desperately like they're like, okay, so we can do this, so we're going to do it a ton. If it was once in a while, it wouldn't be that bad. And for the most part, it's not. It's actually like a pretty great show. The writing is pretty good. Like they've got all kinds of subtle jokes that are good, but then it's such a mixed bag because then it's like they copy so much stuff from other Batman things, like specific things. Like they have the Scarecrow design they have is identical to how he looked in the animated series. The Joker is also identical to how he looked in the animated series, including yellow teeth, which was specific, and painted nails, which that's just from the animated series, like the 90s cartoon. Harley has pink and blue hair, which is dumb because that's from the Bad Suicide Squad movie. Like her costume is the roller derby outfit, kind of like from her costume in this new show resembles this. It's like nearly identical to this, right? This came up with that. Like that costume is only here. It's a roller derby costume. That's why it looks like that. But in this show where she's not doing roller derby, she's also wearing that costume. Which isn't necessarily a problem, but you didn't even design your own costumes. Poison Ivy has like a different outfit than I've seen. There's a chance I just don't know where it's from. Bane, I think, is designed to look exactly like, I'm pretty sure it's how he looked in the 90s movie, which I haven't seen in a while. And like, for all I know, this is on purpose. Like it could be in jokes with the creators where they're like, okay, each one's going to look like a different Batman thing, which I guess that's okay. It's just you're doing your own show, you'd want to, I would think you'd want to do like your own new designs, but Harley's costume is taken from Hot in the City. Her hair is taken from Suicide Squad, even though her hair is never pink. And like in some of the new stuff, like for some reason her hair is like always pink and blue. I was like, where are you getting that from? Like, you're taking the design from this atrocious movie that no one liked, and like, why not just make it black and red? I don't want to, I nitpick everything. So there's stuff like that. And then, but then like Scarecrow has like this Cockney kind of British accent, which is funny. I love it. And then Penguin was having a bar mitzvah for his son, and I thought that was funny, and I liked his design. I like what little I've seen of Batman. I enjoy, and I think like all the cast is pretty good except for Haley Cuoco, who I think is so deeply mediocre that she genuinely brings the show from a 4 out of 5 to a 3 because she's the main character and she's so mediocre. She doesn't bring anything to it. Like, she's acting. She doesn't try at all to do the Harley voice, which I guess, like, okay, fine. You want to do your own interpretation? Okay. But she's just doing her normal Harley, or she's doing her normal voice, but she drops the G's and she says, yeah, instead of you. So, and then like there was parts where it was cutting to her as Harleen before she like turned nuts. And it's like, they're supposed to be like this juxtaposition when they do that kind of thing. Because they do that in the cartoon before. And they've done it in the video game, Arkham Knight, and the DLC for Harley Quinn. When there's like instances of Harleen, it's like, she speaks like me. When she's Harleen, just a straight up American accent, like American Midwest accent, nothing, just no flavor at all. But when she's Harley, I assume you know what the voice sounds like Margot Robbie does it, like really good. But Kaylee Cuoco doesn't do it at all. So when in the clip where they were doing, it was Harleen talking to Harley, it's like they're doing the same voice at each other, but you can tell they're still trying to make Harleen sound sane. But it's like if you're talking the same way in both, it's not going to work. So another nitpick. It's just unfortunate because the show is really good and sometimes funny, like sometimes even pretty funny and clever. But then you have the lead in it, Harley. She sucks. I don't know why they cast her as Harley when she just brings nothing to the table. They cast the chick who plays Bernadette in Big Bang Theory also got to play Harley in something, and she sucked, but at least she tried the little accent. The idea of doing Harley without the accent is so weird to me, just because it's so much a part of her character, because Arlene Sorkin did it. Arlene Sorkin did it, and Tara Strong did it. So it's kind of like solidified, you'd think. And then, but no, Kaylee Cuoco's like, I can't be bothered to do this in my TV show. But I would recommend it if you like Harley Quinn. I love her. Obviously, I have like a lot of her comics. I have several Funkos. It's a good time. I'm gonna keep watching it, even though I think that the lead drags it down. The woman who plays Poison Ivy, I think, is absolutely wonderful. She's very deadpan, like monotone, which I think is cool. I assume she did that on purpose because typically Poison Ivy has that like sultry voice they do with her. So I love the idea that she's just like absolutely. And I like her character design. She's got like a plant who talks. The show, if you want to know what it's about, other than just Harley Quinn, it's that she just broke up with the Joker and she's trying to make her own way. So yeah, if you want to watch it, I super duper recommend it. And just be okay with the fact that in the Harley Quinn show, Harley Quinn kind of sucks. You learn to live with it. All right, so I believe that will be the last you see of me this week. Thank you for watching and listening to my long rambles about many, many things. I hope I read more next week, and I hope I have more things to say about actual books instead of Harley Quinn, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Bon voyage.